Hello, hello. Thanks for joining. Yes, I will address the fact that if it looks like I'm sitting in a closet, I am sitting in a closet. I told you guys that this would not be the most professional setup to start. I always mean what I say. I actually travel a lot, and I'm at one of my friend's place who's so generous to always let me stay with him when I travel. But the best lighting in the house, is a little bit challenged. And so the closet has the best lighting. You know what? And honestly, who doesn't love doing some taroting or messages in a closet? I don't know, I kind of like the closet. But either way, this is where it's at. Thanks for understanding. But yeah, so I had a long day. I actually drove pretty far away today. And in the morning before I left, I pulled a card just to kind of think about on my card trip, and hopefully possibly maybe have a message for everybody. What came out was the Ten of Pentacles, which I love seeing the Ten of Pentacles card. It's a great card. It really represents ultimate abundance, right? It's pentacles, but you see, in this depiction, you see somebody standing, being seen, teaching, but in the traditional Rider-Waite, Ten of Pentacles has family, a dog, it has all the money, it is just abundance. But it's abundance as you see abundance, right? It's about what do you value and having the ultimate abundance in what you value, your pentacles in your life, right? It could be love, it could be money, it could be career, it could be family, it could be a combination. But what do you value in getting abundance in that? And it's very fitting. I think I mentioned it in one of the other videos, but it just is in the astrological time. North Node heading into Taurus starting this month, and will be there for about 18 months or so. And that is about asking you, what do you value? And with that, there could be, especially going into a new year, right? For some of you, I mentioned this too, 2021, a 5-year numerology, which is all about change. And even not last year, but the last couple years, right? We've all been experiencing a lot of change. And when we do experience change, a lot of the time those changes, it shakes you up. And it makes you rethink some things. It makes you rethink some aspects of your life, or makes you rethink priorities, or, what you value. When things are taken away, you realize what really means the most, as an example, right? So for some of you, you could be feeling that transition going into this year, again, 2022 year, being a 6 in numerology, choices. So some of you could be approaching this time right now and feeling like there might be some choices ahead in terms of direction. And some of you may feel like maybe your vision of what the Ten of Pentacles looked like for you before may not be what it looks like for you now. And that could be a scary feeling, right? The Ten of Pentacles, it is a 10 card. It's the end, but it's the end of a cycle. And we don't just have one cycle in our life. We have so many cycles in our life. So many, Ace of Pentacles. I liked pulling some of the cards for visuals. Ace of Pentacles to the Ten of Pentacles. So many of these cycles in our lives. And sometimes, the different cycles can feel really, really different. It could feel like you're going from, an extreme or something that's way out of your comfort zone. And sometimes I pulled, again, the 7 of Pentacles, the 8 of Pentacles. Sometimes it feels like, you've put a lot of work in. You've put a lot of work into this harvest. You've planted a lot of seeds, and you've put a lot of work in growing these pentacles behind you. And you've worked really hard. With the 8 of Pentacles, you've worked really hard to get there. And sometimes you wonder, it's kind of like that sunk cost concept. Like, well, I've put so much energy into this, or I put so much energy into this, can I really let this go? Like, what about all that work that I've done? Will it just go to waste? Or I'm here to validate for you that I promise nothing ever is gone to waste. Nothing you've experienced, nothing you've learned before, no work you've put in, no path you've been on has been a waste. It has all been knowledge, lessons, growth cycles for you to achieve the next cycle. It's a leveling up. It is all about leveling up. For some of you, and I experienced this personally in my career path. I thought that getting to a specific level in an organization, like getting a vice president job, would make, that was my goal, right? That was one of my objectives. And I thought, man, when I get that, like, I'm going to feel so fulfilled. I'm going to feel this 10 of Pentacles. And yeah, I achieved it. And it doesn't mean I didn't achieve the 10 of Pentacles, but I mean, then what? Or it didn't really feel as fulfilling as I thought it would. And it's not that that whole thing went to waste, right? I mean, for a while I did feel like, this doesn't feel right. You know, am I really doing the right thing with my life? Like, why doesn't this feel like I thought it would feel? And I contemplated, you know, a lot, like, am I in the right field? Am I doing the right thing? And it isn't just till recently where I really started just the pandemic for me, you know, having certain situations happen that spurred me into really expanding my hobbies and what I got into, tapping into my creativity and some of my passions. And that got very confusing for me for a while, because it started looking like, again, this cycle was closing and I had this new cycle beginning, this Ace of Pentacles that seems so real to me, but I had built this entire life. I had built a certain, you know, I built a whole career and I was successful. I'm at it. So it was really scary for me to think that, how can I just start over? It seemed like it was a waste. It seemed like it, you know, I couldn't really visualize it. But what I kept doing was, I finally was able to tell myself, okay, just keep doing what you're doing, keep taking action, and you can still have achieved this, but keep working on things that just bring you joy. And for a while I was trying to balance the two, and I still am. I'm trying to balance the two. How do I have this stuff in my life and this stuff in my life? And what I realized, this stuff is what felt authentic to me. It felt like me. It felt like myself. And I started realizing that, especially in, you know, kind of the corporate job I was in, this stuff that was myself, that really felt creative and connected to me, it didn't feel like the same person. And it's taken me a while, but now I'm seeing these parallels. I'm seeing these integration points of where I can bring the parts of me, the creativity in me, my passions, and I see how it applies to my work. I see how I can use it in terms of my leadership style, in terms of the way that I change, the way that I lead, the way that company culture is, the way that I interact with my team, the way I build, you know, team dynamics. And I see the integration points, and it feels like a life path. It feels like purpose. And so I'm here to tell you, nothing goes to waste. But what I would encourage you to do is, sometimes, you know, as we make a change in path or we start doing other things, like, we can't visualize this 10 of Pentacles, right? We can't visualize what that ultimate goal looks like. Sometimes we're thinking too far ahead, you know? And for me, I started only having these kind of bigger picture directional visions as I started doing things right now that I could do that aligned with that same vibration. For example, this channel, right? Me being able to talk about these integration points, talk about how I want to integrate my authenticity, some of my spiritual path, the healing, the passion that I have for healing, the passion that I have for coaching, some of the mystic stuff, like even tarot, like all of that stuff that's authentically me. I see the parallels of how I can use the same modalities that I feel passionate about in one aspect of my life and bring it and integrate it into the corporate world and make some changes that I think, even if it's just for my team and myself, for my own company, or for something bigger, right? I see that. And although I can't visualize what that looks like and how that will look like, I know that right now talking about it is aligning me to that. And so it's all about leveling up. This is one cycle for me. It could be the ultimate 10 of Pentacles. I mean, who knows? Maybe you share it with it and I get a ton of followers. Maybe I stop at 11 followers like I have today, 11 subscribers. Who knows? It's still just one, it could just be one part of the cycle, and my next cycle is leveling up. But because I'm hitting in the vibration, because I'm feeling the same spark doing this as I could with something way bigger, it brings that to you. It still feels fulfilling. It gives me fulfillment in the moment. It makes me feel like I'm in alignment, and I am in a place of gratitude, passion, inspiration, more days than not. And that is such a shift in well-being, right? I mean, when you have better days, you think back of why it is that you do, and if you're doing things that feel like you're in alignment, I promise you, your days will be better. Your days will feel more fulfilled. So yeah, that's kind of what I wanted to say. But, you know, I think even then, maybe I'll just pull one oracle message for us, and just see if there's anything else to say for the night, like a little special oracle. I'm in the closet, so, you know, it's pretty comfy in here. I will say, like, this isn't the first time I've done tarot in a closet. It wasn't on video, but I don't know. I really just like having my like personal sacred space when I do some of my readings. And there's been some times when I've been away or in a family vacation or at a lake house. And I remember I just wanted privacy, and I just went in. There's a pretty big closet, and I just kind of locked myself in a closet. No one could find me for a while. So it's not the first time. Maybe I should rename this channel Closet Tarot and do all my tarots from the closet. It could be my shtick. All right, let's see. All right, let's see what wants to come out for us. All right. Here we go. Slow but steady. Slow but steady. I love this because this is just what we were talking about, right? It may not be like, again, one of the things that I know I have to work on, and I've actually started, now that I'm starting to really try to stick with what we just talked about, right? The alignment, understand that it is different cycles. I don't always need that instant gratification. Sometimes my need for instant gratification, right? Like, especially being a Pisces, like my imagination is so vivid. I like have an idea and I literally just like see it play out in my head in like a movie form. And it's like, oh my God, I want to be there. I want to be on stage, or I want to be at that part, or whatever it is. And it's just like, I want it so bad. And then when I step back and try to think about how to get there and all these things, the first little obstacle, it squashes me. You know, I get afraid, oh, that seems hard. What if I never get that? And then I want to protect myself from the disappointment of not getting that. So I talk myself out of it. And, you know, it leads to cycles of just, you know, starting things that you get that passionate spark, and then you start going towards it, and then, you know, it ends. And the way that I've been, again, kind of parenting myself during this process is when those thoughts come in, I really try to like take a step back. And again, talk myself down of this is part of the process. And then doing things like this, doing the things I can do now that feel like has the same energy, the same fulfillment, the same spark as whatever big dreams I have. So slow but steady, right? And a 3, you know, it makes me think of third house. And the third house is all about, you know, expressing of what is true to you. Speaking your truth, expressing your truth in some way. And so if you are doing that, if you choose to step into your truth and express your truth on a daily basis with something that you love, something that makes you feel that spark, I promise you, you will be on your way to that big dream, because you will feel like you're living that big dream every single day. So patience, it is tough for me. It is one of the things I am actively working on is needing that instant gratification. But I can tell you for sure, someone who struggles with it, that there are ways to be patient, and you be patient by still doing, by still getting something, because this is gratifying for me right now. Even in a closet, if nobody watches it, I feel very gratified. And I'm in the vibration of what's going to bring me that bigger dream. So with that being said, I hope whoever needed to hear this message, it found them. I hope some of it resonated for you. Thank you again for watching me, especially in a closet. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, share. I really appreciate your support, and I can't wait to talk to you guys soon.